65-pound division. No, this is the 65-pound division. Introducing first. He's on the red corner. He's wearing the blue and white trunks. He's from the renowned Round 1 Gymnasium in Canton Heights, under training trainer Adrian Davis. This is Antonio Magruder. In the combat blue corner, he's wearing the blue and white as well from Washington, D.C. Once again, Turbo T's Boxing Club, H.O.B.O. Floyd.
We go down to the 65-pound division, as Discombobulating Jones says. Antonio Magruder out of Washington, D.C. fights out of the Round 1 gym in Capitol Heights, taking on Shaheed Floyd. He's out of Langdon, and that's where Terrible T. Daryl Tyson has his boxing club. As you start round 1, Floyd favors the referee. And of course, the kids that come out of all the gyms here in the Washington area do a tremendous job. And of course, round 1, no exception, as well as Langdon Recreation Center.
Well, it looked like Magruder got a good start out of the blocks then, and now Floyd is starting to press the action himself here.
Magruder in the red headgear, and Shaheed Floyd in the black headgear, I should say. Since both men are wearing blue and white on the trunks.
And the footwear is pretty similar as well, so you're right. If it wasn't for the headgear, we'd have an even tougher time keeping the call straight.
Magruder. One punches. Shaheed Floyd having a tough time at this early stage as round 1 comes to a close. 3 one-minute rounds here in this second event. We're in the 65-pound division. Ringside, Gary Digital Williams alongside the Fight Dr. Jerome Spears. We take a look at the corner Shaheed Floyd, and there's Daryl Terrible T. Tyson giving counsel to his men. I tell you, if anybody can do that, it is indeed Terrible T. Daryl Tyson.
Well, in talking with Cornell Houghton in the last fight, he's also from that camp, and he expressed a lot of love for Terrible T. So with a guy that has a fight name of Terrible, he must show a lot of love to those kids in the gym, and that's a good thing to be able to do.
Again, no videotaping. Absolutely no videotaping.
And you start round 2. As you said, 3 one-minute rounds.
Boy, Magruder comes out with one of those Kid Gavilan Bolo punches there, Gary, and now he's continuing to press the answer, and he's got Floyd in a little bit of a disadvantage there in that opening stanza.
Combinations, using some body shots there. Once again, Antonio Magruder in the red headgear.
It seems that Floyd is making the effort to try to throw his shot straight down the middle, whereas Magruder is more or less looping his shots, and many people will tell you, if you have a choice between straight shots or looping shots, 9 times out of 10, those straight shots will get there quicker and do more damage. So we'll have to see if in this case that plays out.
Heading to the final 10 seconds of the second round. And another combination landing by Magruder. And Floyd Favors asks for the break and warns Shaheed Floyd. Final seconds, round 2. As another solid round for both men. And Uber out of Washington, D.C., round 1. And he's being counseled now by the round led by Adrian Davis. Of course, well-renowned trainer of champions. Now in the amateur game, of course, at the professional level. He's trained such fighters, of course, as William Joppi and Hasim Rahman, Sean Bay Mitchell. He's trained Johnny Tapia, so many others throughout his long career. And now he's training. He continues to train the next level as well.
And of course, it starts at this level, really. You know, because somewhere in these ranks, you're going to get your pros of the future.
No question about it. We start the third and final round, and Antonio Magruder landing the combination again.
He seems to come out like gangbusters in each opening, and that must be a strategy that they've been trained to utilize to try to get off that first punch. So now Floyd's coming back on Magruder and backing him up.
And referee Floyd Favors once again calling for the break.
And again, Gary, at this stage of the game, they're still very young and still learning a lot of the fundamentals, and I'm sure they're going to work on Magruder's delivery to get him to straighten out his punches a little more as he moves along. But you take it and work on different steps and different aspects of a fighter's game or a boxer's game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this young man in 6 months and to see him a lot more polished in terms of some of how he delivers his shots. But you certainly can't fault his intensity and his will to win.
Not to mention his accuracy, because he is being accurate here as this bout comes to a close. Another good round of applause and a good effort both ways by Antonio Magruder and Shahid Floyd. The decision in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the 65-pound division, the belt goes to out of the red corner.
And again, Antonio Magruder, the winner here at the 65-pound class.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we stay in the 65-pound division. The referee for this event will be H.O.B.O. Introducing first, out the blue corner, wearing the blue and white